Hey, what's up? Am I live? Am I live? Yeah, I guess I'm live. Can you guys hear me? Hey, what's up, Miss Yaya? Nice to see you. Yes, that's right. We're talking papas. We're talking papas. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas. You know, we got to get it on a magnanimous Monday. Magnanimous. Say it with me. Magnanimous. Always talking papas. What's up, Egyptian lover, Ticanator? Hey, man, you know, it's start of the week. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, and if I feel this way tomorrow, I don't know if I'll go live. I did put out a video earlier. If you guys can check it out, go watch it. You know, thank you guys. Thank you, Egyptian Lover. Thank you, Miss Yaya, for being here. Nightmare, what's up, Nightmare? Chilling. I got 5 people watching. Please hit the like. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Frank Tica's rapping now. He's talking papas. Magnanimous Monday. Magnanimous. We're going to learn what it is to be magnanimous. And I want to tie it in to something that I was talking about last week. Okay, so if you guys remember, on one of my last lives, I was talking about being mediocre. Like, you cannot settle for mediocrity, right? Like, you should always push to do your best, to get your best. You know, strive to do your best all the time. You know, we talk about developing skills and all of these things, but I think that, you know, the being magnanimous is like the key ingredient. You know, it's not an easy thing. And I think that when you're trying to break habits, when you're trying to break vicious cycles, when you're trying to expand in knowledge and grow, overcome all of your adversities, that extra spark, that extra like umph that you need will be you being magnanimous. And we're going to talk about that. Frank Tica's rapping now is talking papas. Magnanimous Monday. That was a good video on Despicable. Yeah, man, look, you know, we get a lot of heat, man. Like, I was just reading a comment some dude keeps putting, like, it's a constant comment about obsession. It's not obsession, man. This is just new content. It's new fucking content. And I'm a content creator. This is my little niche for now. This is what we're doing for now. You know, as far as the exposed to revolution, we're going to keep on doing it. You know, I'm going to talk about different things. That's why on my lives, I try to talk about different subjects. I mean, I try to tie it all in, obviously, because I want people to understand the motivation behind what I do, behind the things that I say, behind how I react to things. Like, it's not just me acting on impulse. Like, I have thought about all of the different things that I react to. No, I just want to always be very honest about my reactions. I want to be very blunt. I want for people to know that what you're seeing, this is who I am, you know, and it's because I've been going through this like process for years that I believe I've already accomplished certain things. I'm not perfect. There's still more to go. I like that's why I say I'm always going to be a student of life, student of the game, student of however you see life. I will continue learning. I will continue striving to know more. But at this stage in my life, I have accomplished a lot of retrospection, a lot of changes. I mean, that's just reality. It was good as essay and essay. Yeah, I used to love writing essays, man. You know, I'm a writer. Like, I write anything that has to do like with the creative expression. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. See, Johnny made a video on an old boy who passed from Arizona trying to sound genuine and caring. All act don't believe for 1 second. You know, I talked about that case yesterday on my live a little bit. I didn't want to get too deep into it, man. I think it's unfortunate, but once again, these are all things that happen, based on decisions that people make. You know, I can tell you guys right now, you guys can make up all the narratives you want, but you have never seen me or heard of me making any kind of threat. Now, will I defend myself and have I clapped back? Yes. Has that been very magnanimous of me? Maybe not. But I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. But at the end of the day, once again, part of what we do on social media is also there's also a bit of having our subscribers, having our viewers enjoy the content too. And a lot of times I'm just going to be straight up, straightforward. I'm going to say things the way I would say them to anybody. If you guys were here with me, if I'm amongst friends, this is how I am. This is how I speak. This is, the way that I get down. The reason he's trying to clean up his act is absolutely because of yeah, I think so. I think that's 99.5% of the reason. That's right, unknown. Cheers, everyone. Salute, Frank and Maz. Hey, salute to you, bro. Salute to you. If it wasn't for ET, Frank, and everyone who contributed, we would have joked. Yeah, look, so once again, and I want to be very clear, like, I am very grateful for the support that I received and I have received from Explosive, from ET, Ladies of Explosive, everybody that rocks with me, man. I truly appreciate it. And it's because of that appreciation that I am always going to be myself. I'm always going to put out my opinions, my honest opinions, what I think. And once again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I can come out here and admit when I've made a mistake, right? But there's also interpretation, and interpretation can go either way. If I don't interpret it as a mistake on my part, and if I also interpret it from the definition point of view of things, by the legal point of view of things that that I check out all the time, I'm I know that what I'm doing is fine, and I know that what I'm doing is righteously positive. It's just that people don't like for others to call out others. And I understand that. I understand that people don't like to see others being called out, especially if these are things that they partake in or have partaken in. I can understand that, but that's not gonna make me stop. That's why I'm pregnant, because her teacher told her to go home and do a nest. Firme two, what's up, Firme two, Egyptian lover? Hey, good to see you, Ghost. Nice to see you guys. Egyptian lover, hey, what's up, Explosive? Shout out to you, man. Saludos, Frank and chat. Hey, saludos right back at you, ET. You know what's up, man. Much love and respect. I'm not gonna be on too long, but I did want to share a video with you guys. Always want to drop the knowledge first. I want to drop the knowledge, and then we're going to drop the message. Little bit of a message, little bit of knowledge. You know how we do is Frank Ticos dropping knowledge, talking papas. Magnanimous Monday. Look, that extra that makes us excel, that extra that makes us look for something better, something greater than before, is being magnanimous. It is in the magnanimity of things that we achieve excellence, that we strive for our highest ideals. I'm not perfect, but I strive to reach the highest ideals of my belief systems, of what I believe, of what I think, of my philosophies, the ones that I've already adapted and crafted to how I live. I try to reach and live to the epitome of those standards. It's not easy, and I make mistakes and we fail. I get upset. I have emotions. But the reality is that I truly am who you see. What you see is what you get. Like the dramatics. No, some people are made of plastic, some people are made of wood. You know? Some people have hearts of stone, some people are up to no good. But baby, I'm for real. Straight up. What's up, Ghost? What's up? He was happy as well when you heard that news. Yeah, it's exposed to Ghost facts. That's right, Ms. Yaya, ET Ghost. Feedment Tube, very good. Nice to see everyone. Hey, Jay Slaughter, shout out to you, my friend. Thanks to everybody that's showing support. Let me just get through some of these. Let's see. You probably had the despicable. Yeah. I don't know, man. Magnanimous. That's right. Like a sewage pinata. That's right. Ticas and familia. Hey, what's going on, Mags? Nice to see you. Shout out to you. Magnanimous. Love my $10 words. Palabra. Yeah, man. The lovely Mag. That's right. I was cracking my. Hey, what's up, X Rated? Nice to see you, man. Shout out to you. Hey, thank you guys so much for supporting. I got 25 people watching. Please hit the like. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Orderly big words. Hey, man, I heard a rumor. I don't know, bro. But we're going to go ahead and let me go ahead and play this video. I'm going to share it. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. And let's do this.
What is magnanimity? Have you ever wondered what it truly means to have a great soul? Magnanimity is a virtue that embodies just that. It represents greatness of mind and heart, often translated as greatness of soul. The roots of the word come from Latin, where magna means big and animus means soul or spirit. So, when we describe someone as magnanimous, we are acknowledging their great spirit. In the context of philosophical ethics, particularly virtue ethics, magnanimity is about striving for honor.
All right, so let's stop right there. Let me just go ahead and catch up with the chat. Saludos, ticas, at work, listening. All right, Taco, stay nice to see you, bro. Shout out to you. I hear he's not from this world. Oakland, everything. Saludos, Frank Ticas, in chat, listening. Okay, Oakland. I hope, hey, listen, you know me. I'm going to come at you with this stuff, and I'm going to give you my thoughts about it. But yeah, I want you guys to, to share with me, partake with me a little bit of message, a little bit of a knowledge. I don't know. Ratas look kind of shook in that video he made. Yeah, I don't know, bro. What's up, Frank? Firma Tube, that's right. Taco Stain, Egyptian, Jay Slaughter, Oakland. Yeah, Nobility, that's right. The lovely Oakland, Homeboy. Yeah. Taco and Homeboy. Yeah. Egypt, Taco, Taco Stain, Oakland, everything. That's right, Miss Yaya. Egyptian, Meg. Hey, man. In the stain of Saco, I shall never. Oakland. Let me just catch up. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Jay Slaughter, all day. Miss Yaya, CBD. That's right, Mags. All right, very good. So we caught up. Um, you know, in this life, we choose. Like we truly choose every single day to give it our all, to give it our best, or to kind of lay back, see where we can get in, not really push too hard, you know, kind of just go bouncing around from one situation to another. And I don't believe that as adults, I don't believe that as people that have gone through, tough moments in life, we can continue to allow ourselves to be like a pinball in a pinball machine, or sometimes we get that motion, we get that traction, we bounce all around, we may hit the jackpot, we may not, or we might go and crap out. We should not be guessing, but a lot of times we live that way because we choose not to fight for what we know we can achieve. And it's that missing bite, that missing, strength and courage that we can call magnanimity. Magnanimity. This one's a little harder. Magnanimous, I'm good. Magnanimity. That's exactly what it is. No, so magnanimity is the state of constantly seeking honor. And when do you seek honor? You seek honor in victory. No, you seek honor in those things that matter. No, you seek honor in being the best dad. You seek honor in being the best husband, the best neighbor, the best, whatever it is that you're doing. Like, I strive every day to be the best I can be at what I do. Part of it, putting out content. So I go slow. But being magnanimous is not just to do it and accomplish it, but it's also doing it honorably. Like, doing it to where you're not going to be ashamed, even if you fail. Like, you can look back and say, you know what? I failed, but I failed honorably. I did not break, I did not lose control of everything. I mean, I lost, but I'm standing, I'm learning, and I'm going to continue moving forward. Agent, what girl you thought? These for free. Let's continue with the video. Let's see what else it says.
This pursuit reflects noble actions and character, not driven by selfish motives. It encourages individuals to perform great deeds that deserve recognition, but not for personal glory. Instead, these actions are performed because they are inherently good. Magnanimity inspires people to live according to their highest values. It pushes individuals to strive for greatness, not just for their own benefit, but for the greater good of society.
Doesn't that sound kind of familiar to what we do? Yes, right. Magnanimity versus ignominy. Yes, do tell. Jay, her daughter comes to this. And that's why it's difficult sometimes for people to realize, the trip that we're on as the exposed to revolution. We hold and we're trying to hold certain standards high. And more than anything, I think that it's knowing that in order to kick it, to be a part of it, we got to be disciplined. We got to push forward all the time. Some people don't have the stamina. And there are people that would rather the world be the way it is. Because that way, if they can do something scandalous and get away with it, they'll do it. I mean, that's a reality. There are people that are always looking for the come up or who to come up on. That's not honorable, but it is a way of life. It is a resourceful way of making ends meet. But at the end of the day, will you be proud of it? Like, if we were to bring it to the highest ethical standards, would that be considered great? Or would it be considered not great? Egypt, yeah, I don't, yeah. But see, Egyptian lover, beer and doggy treats go well together. The, defenestrate your ignominy. Hey, throw it out the window, yeah. Can't stop, won't stop. That's right, X-rated. Now, here at the Exposed to, what we try to do is we try to find a way of doing things for a social greater good. Now, that does not mean that there aren't people that are doing it for personal reasons as well. I mean, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how movements are. There's like a difference sometimes in the reasons as to why you want to get something accomplished. Like, if you look at all of those like movies like that where a ragtag team comes together, for the common goal, for the common good, each may have their own reasons to be doing it. But that does not mean that the greater good, that the greater objective isn't magnanimous. But it's what makes everybody push towards that goal and make it real that demonstrates nobility, that demonstrates honor. And that's something some people can't fathom. See, let me continue playing.
This virtue is closely related to other important virtues like courage and prudence. Together, these virtues create a foundation for a virtuous life. In practical terms, you can see magnanimity in acts of generosity, enduring hardships with grace, and rejecting meanness. It promotes noble and generous actions, encouraging individuals to contribute positively to their communities.
Now, sorry about that. I pause it. I pause it, and I think it if I was talking a little bit, but I had the microphone turned off. But I'll repeat everything I was saying. I think you guys can hear me now. Um, part of what we do with the exposed to revolution is exactly that. You know, is we try to seek the greater good, and that is something that people try to ridicule. No, that's something that people will go against because it is a difficult attribute. And unfortunately, that's how humans are. When you see people trying to achieve something greater than you, and maybe you feel a certain way about it, you might not applaud it. You might see it with disdain. And that's the issue. We have to learn to be able to view the seeking of greatness, the seeking of honor, the seeking of nobility as something attainable and something desirable. Like, why would you desire to stay mediocre? No, I mentioned this before and I'm going to bring it up again. Sort of like in The Incredibles, you got that syndrome character, that wants to make everybody a superhero. That way, no one's special. No, but a lot of people do it the other way around because they can't make you, they can't edify anything. So, what they try to do is destroy. They try to destroy your image. They try to destroy, the acts. They try to blemish and run narratives because they cannot stand to see someone truly invested in seeking nobility and honor, especially in these spaces. That's something foreign to them. And I get it. But I think that we need to have the courage. We need to understand that for us to accomplish the goals that we have, and not just, with Exposed Tube, shout out to ET and ladies of Exposed Tube. We're going to have the backpacks ready. Thank you to everyone that donates. Thank you, Mags. Thank you. I'm not sure who else, but if you know who you are, thank you so much for donating. Ladies of Exposed Tube are trying to do what's noble, what's honorable. And a lot of times, doing these things calls the attention of people that cannot see something good going on. But we will continue to be magnanimous. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas on Magnanimous Monday. We're just talking papas, saying it how it is. That's right, Oakland, everything. What about Joker, the Pelican? Syndrome, my favorite. Yeah, Syndrome. All right, let's continue playing this video.
When people act magnanimously, they inspire others to do the same. In the realm of ethics and morality, magnanimity plays a vital role in achieving moral excellence. It serves as a guiding principle for living a meaningful and ethical life. By embodying this virtue, individuals can uphold the highest standards of moral conduct. They not only improve their own lives but also inspire those around them to follow suit. So, the next time you encounter an act of kindness or generosity, think about the magnanimity behind it. This virtue reminds us that greatness is not just about personal success, but about uplifting others and contributing to a better world. Magnanimity encourages us all to strive for a life filled with noble actions and a generous spirit.
And that's not always easy. That's not always easy. You know? You see what I mean? It's not always easy to be magnanimous, especially if you're living through a situation in which people are pressing you, people are, bothering you or troubling your existence. It could be someone in your family, it could be a squatter, you know, it could be your significant other that may make your existence difficult, but there's no way around it. You have to deal with it, you have to put up with it. It may happen at work with a boss or a coworker where you have to show grace and you have to continue to be brave and courageous and constantly face the day because there's a greater goal to achieve. Look, when I started understanding that in my life, it was hard. Because you can always think that you're smart, you can always think that you're slick, you can always think that you're wise, but if you've got nothing to show for it, it's worthless. It's worthless. Like you can be, and I remember that, I recall that because that's exactly what happened to me. It didn't matter how intelligent I was, it didn't matter how well I did in school for the longest, up until I dropped out of high school. Right up until then, I was in the magnet program all since kindergarten, all throughout elementary and junior high. Give me a second. And give me a second, guys. I think they're knocking on my door. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Had the If people come around and see as a new groundbreaking diagnosis sector. Right? Yeah. Imagine how self-unaware. Yeah. All facts. That's right, Egyptian. And your Melinda. The eyes, Chico, they never lie. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to be magnanimous. If especially if you're living in like in a cycle that you can't break out of. Um, if you don't have a support system, if you don't have people to talk to, if you don't have people to bounce ideas off of, if you don't have a shoulder to cry on, if you don't have a little bit of peace of mind, at least 30 minutes just to yourself to go over your thoughts and just, you know, pray, do whatever you need to do. Like if you're on a constant like movement, you're in constant movement from work, home, cook, do whatever you got to do, go to sleep, and then just on that constant cycle, and you're tired, you're fatigued at the end of your work week, you might not have the time to truly focus on the bigger picture, on those things that matter. But I'm here to tell you today that you have to make time. You have to do it. You have to do it. Like this is that lifelong battle with yourself that Kendrick Lamar was talking about on Meet the Grams. Like, how do you break the cycle of mediocrity? I'm surprised my dog didn't react to the barking. Yeah, my dog started going crazy. That's a great example. Actually, patients show a delusional, unreciprocated love and longing for the grimiest and most manipulative. Yeah, that's true. Pinche Moni. What's up, Moni? I don't think so. Shanks, what's up? What's up, Oakland? G Slaughter among us. You have a whole CVD. Moni, stop being so ignominious. That's right, Shank Moni. Moni's in the house. Shank Moni. Yeah, that's right, Egypt. Miss Yaya, Egypt. Yeah, it's hard to be, but we have to strive to be magnanimous. We have to strive to be it. We have to. Look, that's what makes the difference in you truly being able to say, I'm living my best life. Like I never thought I was going to be able to utter those words in my life. Just 10 years ago I was like under like pressure, like that Queen song, under pressure, ding 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 ding. I was living under pressure. Work, trying to pay the bills, trying to raise my kids, like trying to make ends meet. And it was hard to focus on certain things. And the problem is that when you finally come and release some of it, you might explode, or you might it might come out a certain way. It might come out the wrong way. You might take it out on someone that doesn't deserve for it to be taken out on. Or you're constantly in a bad mood, or you're constantly, like shutting people out of your life. Like, you know what, right? I don't have time. It's a vicious cycle. Like us settling for mediocrity, sets us up for a life of constant struggle. And I'm not saying that you're always going to have victory in everything. No, on the contrary, there are going to be things that are going to kick our ass. But it's that constant seeking of nobility, of honor, that even if life kicks your ass, you're going to be able to say, hey, but you know what? I did it. I did it honorably. I did not look for the easy way out. I did not look for the shortcut. I did not look to get over on someone. I did not look to scam on people to try to get ahead. I did it with honor. And with honor, I bowed out. But hey, it's like the Norway team or Cabo Verde, for example. I mean, Cabo Verde went out with a bunch of pride, with a bunch of nobility. And other teams that are supposedly greater are constantly being criticized. That's right, Shankopotamus. Nice to see you, Oakland Ghost. That's right, Egypt. Let's see. He talks like Debbie from the smoking commercial now. And every day is Taco Tuesday. Rest right goes. Morning where our tacos go. It's not Taco Tuesday, Egypt. Mañana, mañana los tacos. Mañana. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna set it up to where I have tacos tomorrow. Somewhere or another, I'm gonna have tacos tomorrow. Let's see, Moni. Let's see, yes, Egypt. Let me just get through these real quick. Please don't serve. Nasty. Always around my. Well, you're in the right place, then, Moni, because you're gonna learn what it is to be magnanimous. We gotta be magnanimous. We have to be. We have to strive to be. Are we perfect? No. Are we gonna get upset? Yes, we are. Will we sometimes lose our composure? Yes. No, something that people don't realize is that maturity and wisdom are tied in to your lived experiences. But if all of a sudden a whole new situation opens up, like you may have like a little bit more patience because you've learned to be patient, but that does not mean that something new isn't going to stress you out. There are going to be things that stress you out. There will be things that piss you off. There will be things that hurt you. There will be things that break your heart. It happens. We are going to suffer losses. Some are going to be uncontrollable. You're not going to be able to control certain losses. We're finite humans, right? Well, at least our body, right? Our body is finite. It has a beginning and it has an end. Where everything else goes, where our mind, where our soul, where our spirit, all of those things, where they go, let the teachers of religion focus on that. But while we're alive, do you live honorably? See, because that's the bottom line. Do you live honorably? That can be proven. That can be tracked. That can be measured. That can be discovered. That can be exposed. Do you live magnanimously? Or are you always seeking the easy way out, the shortcut, the scam? Do you continue to put things off knowing you got to do them? I mean, you could put something off, right? But if by continuing to put it off, it becomes detrimental or it adds added pressure to how you're living, at that moment, you're conforming to mediocrity. You're becoming a victim of a circumstance you're creating. You're not being magnanimous. And sometimes you just have to decide to do what you got to do, but do it honorably and seeking nobility all the time. Well, Tiki, how are the tacos on there? They're good. We got pretty good tacos. We got birria down here. Joker's new channel, cooking with cheese. Taking go shrimp only. That's right. Jay Slaughter, circa 1957. It wants to keep you simple. Yeah, that's right. Cheese freaking skills. Jay Slaughter. I could never be basic. Tortellini. Tacos tacos, tocos, gobernador. Imagine some tocos. In all seriousness, trying to yeah, Moni, Shay, Moni. Let's see let your words reflect your complexity. Is she even a real? We don't know, bro. We don't know. Moni is the smartest person here. Okay, good for her. That's great. That's right, Ghost. You ask her. Egypt. She used to cook. Let's see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm on. CBD. A singer. Let me just catch up with these. Moni Frank. Saludos, Frank Ticas in the chat. Hey, what's up, Hugo Torres? Nice to see you, man. She's basically I tapped into her channel once, but yeah, I don't know what that's all about, bro. Let's see. I remember Joker inviting Cheeks one time to his apartment. Doesn't surprise me. No, I don't want to talk with tortillas. Hey, what's up, two times? What's up, Frank? Nice to see you, man. Shout out to you. Is Moni on Tuesday like Joker was on Sunday? No, I don't know. What's up, two times? That's right. Let's get it. All right. I'm all caught up. Let me see. Man, fuck Johnny. That's right, X rated. That's facts, bro. That's facts. If you turn my suck on Saturday still, that's right. Two times, Jay Slaughter. Look, I'm gonna give you guys another example, right? I know that people can criticize what I do, but as far as my channel is concerned, fuck joking on weird ass people. Yeah, bro. Yeah, chatting with cheeks, money or new cooks. Since they got cheese, we get more. That's right. Listen, I believe content creation is very, you know, is something obviously similar to anything else that you do in life. Like how you do it, why you do it, all of that matters. If you're doing it to make money, cool. Is all money good money? I don't think so. Are all cosigns good cosigns? I don't think so. Is every content worthy to be talked about? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that we need to set standards even when we're dropping content, when we're putting content out there. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I said it in my last live. We have to be very responsible about what we say and what we put out there. Okay, now I'm grateful. I'm grateful for people that, that show their hand. I am grateful for people that show their hand because that tells me which way they're moving. Thank you two times. I'll make these nopales and salsa. All right. Topales. New girlfriend sound more like Via's trying to change his way. Yeah, I guess. Jay Slaughter. But are you proud? Or is what you're doing honorable? Is what you're doing honorable? I ask myself every day. At the beginning of the morning, at the very beginning of my day, I set it up to where, I think about what I want. I think about what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish, what I want for my family, for my friends, for everyone that I love, those of all of you guys. No, shout out to everybody that's here. I got 28 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. 10 toes down with Via's nail polish. Toes now. Read the comments nicer. I'm sensitive. Yeah, that's right. Um, but I try and I strive every day to do things a little better, to do things better, not just here on YouTube. Like once again, this is my hobby. This is my hobby. But even though this is my hobby, I have ethics about what I do. So, narrative does not beat fact. The facts are what they are. The facts are what they are. What I do on my computer is on my computer, stays on my computer. I know at the end of the day that what I seek is to do things honorably, thinking about nobility. Now, you may say, how can you do that if you're acting or you're talking about these dudes this way? Well, it's because the fact is that that's exactly the mission, is to demonstrate what not to be doing, what you shouldn't be allowing on YouTube. Now, people are going to choose to do what they want. No, but exposing them is one thing. Reporting and doing all of these other way out things is another. Which one gains you more honor? To confront and to put a mirror, or to lie and fabricate? Now, that's something that you have to face every day. No, sometimes I look at some of the videos that I put out, and some of them get pretty good views, others don't get too good views, and maybe it's a video that I kind of invested time in. I'm like, man, I clipped. I thought that was going to get more views, but at the end of the day, I'm like, but the views that it got are what they got, and I'm proud of the work that I do. I'm proud of the videos that I edit, mistakes and all, warts and all. No, I'm proud of the traction that I get. I'm proud of being here on live with you guys, talking papas. Frank Tika's dropping knowledge, talking papas on the Magnanimous Monday because, I know that the narratives are totally opposite to what I say, but the reality is that when I started the channel and even till now, till this day, and through these lives, I'm trying to share knowledge. No, I'm trying to spread a little more awareness, a different way of viewing things. And I also challenge you. No, I challenge you to do it better every day. Not because, I'm doing it from this high horse of judgment. No, on the contrary, it's because I'm also challenging myself every day to be a little bit better, a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder, no, more considerate. I challenge myself to those things. I'm very grateful for where I'm at. And that's why I said, because I push myself, I can honestly say that I'm living my best life. I'm living better than I was living 10, 15 years ago. And I was younger. I didn't have all of the, all the little aches and pains that I now have, but I also lived more relaxed. That's right, 70s. I see Joker beating on. Excuse. Yeah, what's up, Moni? He's about to sell. Yeah, I need to do better. I've been stuck in a rut. We all have to do better. Even if you think you're doing better, there's always something that you can improve. There's always something that you can, maybe just doing it repeatedly is better. Being more consistent, being more constant in that is improvement. Volunteer knows what's on your computer. Yeah, everybody knows what's on your computer. No, Rut, Ghost, $1 million moves, that right, Monios, and so does Volunteer, Skynet, Peter Thiel's. Johnny out to some of those. Let's see. As soon as you get a shit face drunk, yeah. Hopefully not, man. There we go, G Slaughter. That's right, G Slaughter. We ready. Talking papas, but always speaking knowledge and facts. Hey, thank you, X-rated. I try, bro. I try. I try. Ankle grinders and LET signal jammers. This is a trap. It's radio. I hope he's so drunk he misses. Hey man, look, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I might not be live tomorrow. I'm just letting you guys know, but that'll probably just give me more time to edit a video. I do want to do an edited video. I want to work on something like that, so I might just take the time because I think I'm getting a cold. I'm probably getting like something. Feels like a cold. I think it's a cold. I might just be able to sleep on it, and that'll be it. So pray for my health. But it is what it is. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on the Magnanimous Monday. Holy smokes, that's right, Jay goes. Listen, like, how do you want to live life? Like, how do you choose to live your life is up to you. I'm gonna tell you guys something. If we're still resentful of people, like if we still have things against people, like if you have things against your family, or a family member, bro, you got to post every day. Sick and I try. If you're going through it with someone close to you, you know, it's hard sometimes to be the bigger person. Especially if you're being attacked, especially if you're being cussed out, or they're trying to gaslight you, they're trying to control you, or whatever. They're placing their false expectations over you. Those things, if we allow them to, can kill our spirit. They can kill our courage. They can kill our drive and our motivation. You can't allow that. You cannot allow for someone outside of you to cut your momentum. Don't allow it. There are bigger and greater things to achieve every day. Itchin says zinc and vitamin C. Send the galaxy for Chica's health. Elderberry too. That's right. Let's see. Maybe it rained yesterday. Yeah, it did rain yesterday, and I did get a little wet. So I think that may have caused it, but I think I'll be better tomorrow. I've been kind of chilling today. I mean, I did work. I did put out the video. I am on a live, but I did relax, so I'm cool. If fuck that, send me a galaxy, send me an interstellar. How much are interstellars? I don't even know how much those things are. That's right, G Slaughter. Oakland, everything. We about to have an earthquake. Moni owns a galaxy. Chamomile and peppermint tea. I'll probably try that. I've got ginger too. My wife has grown ginger here at the house, so we got homegrown ginger. I'll probably make a tea later in a little bit. Té de manzanilla, yeah, that's good too. Cerner's really mad right now, probably. Yeah, it's muggy today. It's muggy today right now too. It's kind of humid. But yeah, you got to strive. You got to strive. You have to beat yourself out of mediocrity. You cannot expect something better in life if you continue doing the same thing over and over again. If you don't try to push yourself harder, if you don't try to do something more. And all you have to do is just be brave and do it. And say whatever's clever and jump into it. When he wants a line, taco, nah, I don't know. The whole sky and the whole universe. That's right, X-rated masters of the universe. Just don't wear tank tops again, Frank. I don't trip on that, bro. You know how it is. Honey's always here. Yeah, honey's good too. I need to buy some honey. I think we can order some. Becky attending to jog again. I guess. Manuka honey. I want a Zeus. Oh, you're crazy. 472. You're $472. I'll go buy me some shoes. Some new jeans. That's right, X-rated. Anyways, no, I push myself. I push myself. I've learned to push myself because I remember there was a time in which I was just like, whatever happens, whatever happens, happens. I wasn't really making any attempt to change my life around. I was just kind of going with the flow, just kind of like, hey, wherever my ingenuity, anger, and ego and short temper took me, that's where you'd find me. You would find me at short tempered. You would find me at angry, or you would find me maybe having a good time because, but those are too far and few between. Most of the time, I was just trying to stay afloat. Moni, what's the Zeus? Moni, that stuff is fire. My friend named his dog after it. That's right, G Slaughter. And I would only make half of that. TikTok takes half. Wow, it's 1,000. That's crazy. Johnny was going live with his when he first paroled. I'll do cartwheels, run around your chair, Moni. But I learned when I got here. I knew I had to push it. I had to push, and I had to truly like fight against all the stuff that I had, all the stuff I felt, all the stuff that I saw, and see. In order for you to be generous with other people, like generous with your time, generous with your attention, generous with your knowledge, generous, in any sense of the word, sometimes you have to be brave just to be generous. A lot of times we give, we say we're generous, but we're giving expecting something in return. We expect gratitude. We expect to see this person change all of a sudden because we spent a little time with them. We gave them a few little advices. I told you to do this. Hey, they should be good now. They should be good. And then when we don't see it, we get upset. That's not being magnanimous. You were doing it for your ego. You were trying to stroke your ego through benefiting someone and hoping this person would come and tell you, "Oh, thank you for being there for me." If you're expecting that, you're going to be upset because there's going to be people that will not thank you for shit. They'll take what you give them and run with it. So what is it that you're doing it for? Do you want people to improve? Because maybe they'll run with it and they might not, that might not be fruitful to them maybe in about a year or two. Sometimes you don't know what people will do with what you give them. It may not be immediate. They may give it away. They may sell it. They may cultivate it, make it grow. They may prosper from it, but you wouldn't know. And what people do with what you give them, do you really want to know? I mean, then it stops being a blessing. It becomes something that you manipulate to stroke your ego. That is not being magnanimous. If you're going to give someone to someone because you want them to be grateful to you and or have some kind of like connection to that person through that good deed, then what you're doing is manipulating. You're not truly being good. I do not believe in that type of goodness. Well, hey, but didn't I feed you? Didn't I give you money that time? Like what? So now you can't help me out? Oh, okay. So you did it for that. You wanted to have me in your pocket. You didn't do it out of goodness. You did it out of I know that if I do this for this person, I could use them later on. And if you did it for that reason, you're gonna find that people will be like, I don't care what you did it for. I'm not gonna help you out. I'm not going to do what you expect me to do. As a matter of fact, they might just take it and run, never to be seen from again. So, why do you do things? Do you do it for that instant gratification of having someone tell you thank you? Or do you do it because you want that person's life to change for the better, regardless of whether they come in and thank you for it or not? Why do you do what you do? Don't make me reach through the phone. I'm generous with my coin. Yeah, I know you are. I try to be too. I try to be generous as well. Yeah, I expect you to come to my lives. You said you still hope the TV remote as lady wouldn't change. That's right. Moni, give me some then. Are you on the talk? Go live, I'll drop. Yeah. Let's see. Moni wants 1 cent. Expecting something in return is going to hurt your feelings porque it's not sincere. That's right. That's right, Oakland. That is correct. And I'm gonna be very honest with you, Oakland. I honestly, when I do things for people, I'm not expecting them to be, to be reciprocal. I've learned that I shouldn't expect that. My satisfaction is just knowing that I was able to help. Or my satisfaction comes from being, like even this. I know that this will not come back empty. I know that this will not return without at least somebody being like, hey, you know what? That's a pretty good principle that I can apply. Let me try that. No, maybe I need to get better. Or maybe these are things that you already know and I'm just refreshing your memory. And sometimes that's all we need. We just need someone to, come refresh our memory. Come shake what was it? Shake our bush. Frank Tico's dropping knowledge talking Papa's live on the Magnanimous Monday. Magnanimity is where it's at. Magnanimity is what's going to get you across. It's going to get you through the odds. It's going to let you overcome and be victorious. And you're going to do it with honor. You're going to do it with nobility, not through scamming, not through lying, not through shortcuts, none of that. That's why, me personally, I'm not concerned. about the narratives because people know the truth. People can go and check all my videos. You know. Now, have I gotten upset? Yeah. No, who wouldn't get upset at people constantly, talking about, trying to rewrite history and all of these things? Of course, it gets upsetting sometimes, but at the end of the day, I realize that all I can do is just kick it. I gotta be magnanimous. I cannot allow for that to stop me from moving forward. I continue ever forward. Shout out to Exposed to. Shout out to ladies of Exposed to. Taco Stain. Hangman Stranger. Sooners. Chirps. Everybody. Katie Frizzle. Everyone putting their content out there. It don't stop. Shout out to Ms. Yaya. Shout out to Mimi. Shout out to Mr. Oxnard. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to everybody, man. Ill Mannered. Jay Slaughter. Popeye. Pengu. Hardly comes on, but shout out to you, bro. X Rated. Primo. Ramiro. Two times. Machete. No. Torta Pounder, Firme 2, Hugo, Chris, everyone, man. Spider Mike and his wife. There's so many people to mention. Little White Ferret, that's my friend, Little White Ferret. Shout out to Little White Ferret. Pray for her. Always have her in your prayers. No, she's a friend from afar. But she's a good friend. She's a good person. Well, I haven't made it to TikTok. Yeah, they have seminars. Yeah, dude, my tia was like that with me, helping me out, but she would use it against me when I wouldn't give it to her. Yeah, but that's manipulation. That's manipulation. That's exactly what I'm against. A lot of abuse comes from that type of abuse of power. That is a power dynamic because you being the needy party are now susceptible, and beholden to this other person. And it shouldn't be that way. If someone's going to do something for you out of the kindness of their heart, that should be it. It's out of the kindness of their heart. Whatever you do with it, whether you are thankful, whether you use it, whether you throw it away, you sell it, I mean, it's going to make you look bad. But me as the giver, I shouldn't be expecting you to come back and say, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Changed my life. Nah. Just let God take care of the rest. Hands-on training, that's right. By Laura, I do it for my good karma. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you believe in, we used to call that grave digging. And a veces los favores salen caros. Yeah, sometimes favors turn out expensive, but listen, Oakland, just like we don't check to see what people do with what we give them or how we help them out, that same way we're not going to take any shit either. You know what I mean? Shit. I mean, I don't take too much shit, and that's what people try to criticize me for. Like, they want to attack me, they want to talk shit, and then when I react and I talk and I respond, then they say that I'm out of character. But no, I don't need to cuss you out. I don't need to threaten you. I mean, sometimes I'll cuss you out. I'll call you a bitch. You know what I mean? In general, I call all the men that act dumb and come in here and act stupid. I call them bitches. All the ones that are doing things out there that they shouldn't be doing, that's how they act. So I might call them out of their name. I might call them a bitch or motherfucker. You know. But as far as anything beyond that, as far as me putting the mirror to them, as far as me calling them out for what they do, there's not much that they can really pin on me because I don't do much else. I stick to my content and I truly, truly think about how it's going to look on me. How does it look on me, on my family, if I were to come out here and do something opposite of what my ethics are, opposite of my principles? I would not be magnanimous at that point. Does that make sense? Frank Dika's dropping knowledge, stocking Papa's live on the Magnanimous Monday. That's right. He used to make balloon animals. Goes does it all for the noogie. Everything. I guess I'm magnanimous. That's right, Ghost. We have to be. Chop down. Let's see. Yes, timing is everything to an extent. Timing, preparation too, because the timing might be right, but if you're not prepared, Ghost, you might only make a stab at it and not get through. Seeing good things happen to good people makes me happy, and if I appreciate being, yeah, me too. I that is what I believe. Like when I see you guys doing good, like when I see Taco saying, getting views and his channel moving up, like that's cool for me. That I appreciate that. I want to see more of that. Why would I be upset about it? I'm trying to do the same. No, I'm just trying to do it organically. And when I see Moni, hey Moni, listen, Moni, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Hey, I haven't shared the link today. Oops. I knew I'd forgotten something. When I see you come to the lives, Moni, and participate, whatever, I feel good about it because I truly believe that I don't believe in coincidences, and I think that at the end of the day, even though this is like an internet thing, right? You know that we are true. Like what I say, I stick to what I say. I'm not gonna come out here and try to jive you or gaslight you. None of that. I'm just gonna be real. And I'm glad to see you around. Let's see, Frank. This reminds me of Joker and Leonard and Politics is Fake, Seltzer and Christian Veneer. It's all for showing personal glory and access to gullible. Exactly, and I'm glad that you tied it in because that's exactly where I was going to go. Like I'm not doing this. Well, let me rephrase it. I want my channel to grow. I don't have any qualms of admitting that I want my channel to grow. I want to have more viewers. I want to make money off of YouTube. I'm not going to shy away from the fact that that's exactly what I want. But I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to put my ethics and my morals to the side or on the back burner in order to accomplish it. Now, if it takes me 2 years, 3 years, and God gives me life to hit 1,000, that's as long as it's going to take. I'm going to continue putting out content and doing what I do. Shout out to Frank, and shout out to you, X-Rated. Shout out to everyone that's here. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I got 25 people watching. Thanks so much for your support. That's right, Little White Ferret. Order roll call. Little White Ferret, she's one of a kind. That's right. Little White Ferret, always a good person. That's right. Joker's been the receiver. Oakland, you shouldn't care. Oakland, 100%. Pay it forward. Like treat the world like the one you want to live in. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, do you guys hear that? It's cracking. It's cracking. It's about to start raining. I know. Magneto, Moni owns. That's right, Taco Stain. Yeah, I enjoy the class lectures. All right, cool. We have to be magnanimous, even when we do these lives, even when we're having fun, even when we're playing around and joking around. There are moments in which we have to take things seriously, and we have to truly focus on achieving something that's of the greater good. If we find benefit in it along the way, well, then that's a blessing. But sometimes we're going to do things that are going to be the best for everyone, and we might not get any profit from it, and that's okay. Because in the end, like Oakland said, as long as we can see something good arise from it, no matter who it benefits, then we're all good. Now, what it's doing and what it's creating is a precedent. Now we have a precedent of something happening good, something good happening if we do it this way. Right now we know how to do something, or now we know how to move to always receive the good side of things. That is not impossible to achieve. What it takes is being magnanimous. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge stocking Papa's live on the Magnanimous Monday. Give me a second because it's raining. I'm gonna go help out a little bit. Give me a second. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. You see, Joker works for at this point. Man, I shouldn't care. Nintendo. Yeah, I don't. You know, Ghost. Oh, give me a second. Let me turn the light on over here. Yeah, I got dark real fast. Got dark real fast. You guys hear it? But anyways, um, yeah, I do what we do, and we do what we do. I do what I do. We do what we do for the greater good, and I hope that you guys feel that way. If you're subscribed to my channel and you watch my lives, I hope you feel that you gain something from this. Hey, what's up, Looney Tunes? Nice to see you, man. Because that is truly the objective. My objective with these talking papas and going live, it truly is to get a message across. It truly is to get understanding and knowledge out there. Little bit of wisdom, you know. Sometimes we just need to hear it. Sometimes we just need to know, and you already know that some of the examples I'm going to use might be examples of things that we are all seeing, right? Just for it to make a little more sense. No, so I will take advantage of what other content creators are going through or are doing in order to create content. Everybody's doing it. Like people are making content off of me. People are making content off of Wes. How many channels are there making content of Wes Watson? You know, there's a bunch. There's literally like 10. Like there's like 10 or more channels that make content just off of what Wes Watson is doing. Like, why would I feel that what I'm doing is any different than that? That's right, Looney. I mean, if we were just to keep it at a basic level, forget the fact that we've attached a movement behind it. Forget the fact that we've attached a whole revolution to what we do. Forget about that. Forget that for a second. What is it about the content that we put out that's so different from the content that's being put out there? There are other channels doing worse. Why would I feel any way, shape, or form about my content? Why would I not feel that I'm doing it for honor and nobility when I truly am seeking out the greater good? And you have to be confident in your walk through life. That when you're walking through life, that the decisions that you're making, you're constantly seeking to do the honorable thing. It's hard sometimes. It's easy to kick someone when they're down or beat up on a dead horse. It's easy. I understand that. I think people think that that's what we're doing, but Gunner and Dubs aren't done. They haven't been weakened all the way. They haven't stopped doing what they do. Look at what they put out. Look at the content they put out. Look at how they talk about things. They're still creating issues. They're still causing problems. Why would I not feel the need to continue doing what I'm doing if I know that what I'm looking for is the honor of keeping these dudes at bay? Like that's the mission, and not just these dudes. Pretty soon, hey, exposed to we're gonna do a lot of things, man. The true crime channel, the radio station, all of these things that we want to do. That's for the greater good, you know. Ladies of Explosive aren't getting paid for this. No, I'm trying to monetize, but because it's my channel. But other than that, I mean, there's a lot of content that I'm not monetizing at all. All of the content that you have music on, the majority, I can't monetize off of it, and it's okay. I will continue putting out that content because that content delivers the message that I want to put out there. Simple as that. And it don't stop. Let me catch up with these. That's right. The PD was good, Frank and Gente. I send my respects. Good to see you, the PD. Shout out to you, man. Thanks so much for stopping by and supporting, being here and watching. Thanks to everybody that's listening in the background at work. Hey, what's up, Jay? You mi gente? Nice to see you. Wes Watson was dating Johnny for a while. Then Johnny started stalking him for months, probably. Leonard's new life partner is Mac Tranum. Ah, you're funny, man. That's right, Looney, Egyptian lover. That's right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, for watching, man. I'm not going to be on too much longer. Maybe about 15 minutes, 20 more minutes at the most. Pelican Bay, Spencer. Let's see, Frank. I can't carry cash because I just give it all to the homeless. Right? See, look, you can come out here and try to sound magnanimous, but your actions and everything else will expose you. That's why I don't come out here trying to be perfect. I'm not perfect. But if I can share these things with you, if I can explain them to you, and if I can give you examples and they make sense, then you should know that that knowledge does not come from a vacuum, an empty place. It comes from lived experiences. I've had to do these things first, and I know how tough they are. And I'm not challenging you to do something easy. I'm challenging you to truly change some things around in your life. That's my challenge to you because I was challenged that way. I had to make tough decisions in my life to walk the straight and narrow. Regardless of the narratives, I walk the straight and narrow. But it's hard. It's hard. I know it's difficult, especially once again, if you're stuck in a cycle of violence, whether it just be verbal, whether it just be emotional, but it could be physical. It could be any other type of violence. I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't know what some of you guys are living through, but I know that it's a reality for a lot of people. And it wouldn't surprise me to know that there are people right now that are watching this, that are in the revolution, that are in the movement, that could be going through it. And you may need to hear every once in a while something that you can try, something that you can do. And if one person benefits from this, then my job is done. And I don't need that person to come and tell me, "Hey, Frank, you know what you said the other day? You know what you told me? It worked. You don't have to do that. Just know that I prayed to God first before I came on. Before I came on, I was already thinking that the message that I put out there today, I hope it hits somebody to where it makes them think of, you know what, I have to truly push myself to be honorable, to live nobly, and to be magnanimous." That's right. These are cheap as shit. You can, let's see, bug gunner doves. They don't deserve the energy. Look at these guys, man. Machete, that's right. Let's see, Franticas. Do you remember Mike's World? Yeah, yeah, I do. Gave my shoes to a homeless person on Saturday. Not much at the goes. Whatever happened to him? I haven't seen Gorlock in a while. That's right. His cell was a revolving door for those types, and he sneak off the prison chapel with them. That's where. Yeah, damn, that's a good. What a good call. Never thought of that. That's right. Joshua the preacher. He doesn't act like a believer or follower or anything. He still brags about his victims. Yeah, man. And like that's how you can tell. Who's bragging about these things, man? Like I remember war stories when I was younger because you're trying to fit in, you're trying to get approval, you're trying to demonstrate that you're this and that. then if someone were to question it, and if you were face to face, you would probably throw down, and that would be it. And no one would question it because you would demonstrate by that action alone, getting down, whether you got your ass beat or not, that you were being honest, that you were telling the truth. You didn't need someone or the approval of anyone. You demonstrated it. But it seems that a lot of times on these YouTube channels, they think that because you're not out here professing something or talking about thing or some things or exposing yourself, that all of a sudden you're weak, that you don't deserve respect, and they can just come out here and talk what they talk. A lot of those people that like to point their fingers to say that we're in a cult, like if you are Christian, is that being magnanimous? Because as a Christian, you should be aspiring to those lofty goals of who your Savior is. Does not your belief system tell you that you have to be like Christ? When did Christ create narratives and threaten people with falsehoods? Acting magnanimous for the wrong reason ain't solid. If you're showing love just to get clout, props, or make yourself look good, it ain't real. Exactly, bro. And listen, once again, I come to you guys as someone who has learned these things, has put them into practice, and I've seen the benefit. I'm not rich, but I know I live better than most. I have peace of mind. I have peace within. I have a good family. I have a good relationship with my family. Once I turn this off, I'm going to go have conversation. We're going to go eat dinner. We're going to kick it until ET goes live. And while ET goes live, I'm having conversations. Jump in, chat. I'm listening, paying attention, but I'm also right here with the fam. Like I can walk and chew gum at the same time. All the lies are catching up to them. Yeah, that's right, Machete. Real respect comes from doing the right thing when nobody's watching. That's right, Machete. And that is why I don't worry. What you just said right there, that is why me personally, I don't worry. I don't worry. Because every single day that I wake up, okay, and this is something I'm sharing with you guys, if you don't already do so, okay, you want to try something new, try this. Try this. If you want to start small, start with this. When you wake up, when you get up tomorrow, before you rise out of bed or when you're sitting on your bed, if you pray this. If you know, want to put out some affirmations, put out this affirmation. Today, I will be 1% better than I was yesterday. If I lost my patience yesterday, I'm not going to lose my patience today. And I'm going to focus on that because I want to do this for nobility and honor. And I want to prove to myself that I can accomplish a day without letting this situation or these people get to me. I'm going to have patience and fight for that every day. And one day you will go back and realize that you're naturally not getting triggered by anything. Because eventually these things have to become a way of life. If you're only doing it for the wrong reasons or when everyone's looking, but not when everyone's looking, if you don't practice it, if you're all you do is talk, but you don't walk the walk, it will catch up to you. Like everything else in life. Oakland, your knowledgeable papas have pushed me to slice them up and make fries. That's right, Oakland. Gotta do what we gotta do. Gotta meal prep with them papas. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge talking papas. Magnanimous Monday. Man, it's raining a little heavier. Give me a second. I'm going to shut the door down. Give me a second. I'm almost done, by the way. Training heavy, training heavy. All right, here we go. I'm back. Can you give me a second? You see it? Every few months he comes up with a new video entitled, yeah, I'm in a couple who get lame, oh Michael. Got the ghost. Ghost, I don't get it. Don't but evergreen. Okay. Let's see, these Christian identity evangelical types just take the worldview prescribed to them by political and corporate tyrants and call it Christianity so nobody can impugn their immorality. I agree with that. I think that happens a lot. We see that all the time. No, a lot of virtual signaling because you don't want to see the other side of things. And I know people accuse me of that, but not at all. Michael Jackson, I found my toes a hungry. Should never be in the White House. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, guys, it really is up to us, man. It really is up to us to be different, to make a difference, and to live differently, to accomplish greater things in life than those that we've accomplished till now. And that includes a healthy household. If you're constantly arguing, if there's problems in the household, you really need to figure out what to do. You cannot live that way. If it means intervention, if it means bringing in an intermediate, a mediator, a counselor, or someone you trust, I don't know, a pastor, or a wise person. But if you need to get people involved, get people involved. Sometimes you just have to talk things out and make the time to talk things out. But if you're truly looking for the greater good, it's not going to be about ego. It's not going to be something that you're going to do just to manipulate. Like some people, oh, remember, you promised you wouldn't be getting mad, and I'm over here just talking shit. Like, I'm talking shit, and, someone told you, look, you get mad too easily. And so I start talking shit, and the minute you get mad, oh, you see, you're getting mad. I thought you weren't supposed to get mad. That's manipulation. That's gaslighting. Don't fall for that shit. Because if someone knows that you're working on something and they're purposely trying to push your buttons, they are being manipulative. Let's see, Frank, always trying to advise and guide, respect. Thanks, Egyptian. Nine toes down, Skittles. Goes, he belongs in the bathhouse with Edgar. It don't stop, guys. It don't stop. If you haven't watched my video, please go watch it. Hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I truly appreciate everybody that's been with me watching this live today. I'm about to end it. I'm about to call it a night. We'll be watching Exposed Soup go live later on. We'll see if those the infamous duo, decides to join forces again. It's a never-ending novela. Yeah, you heard that, Oakland? And it's nice too. I enjoy this weather. Frank, the fake Christians who accuse you of virtue signaling are those evangelical frauds I'm talking about. They don't like an authentic Christian making them look bad. Look, man, I never made this channel. This channel isn't a Christian channel. I do speak on what I believe in. I give you my point of view, and a lot of the things that I choose to share that are biblical are pretty much like truths that you can apply no matter what religion you are. And that's really true with all kinds of wisdom. Any type of knowledge or wisdom, you can apply it to your belief system. There will be some applicable form of it if it's true knowledge, if it's knowledge from above, heavenly knowledge, we'll call it. When it rains like that, Johnny comes out with a bar of soap, like in Shawshank Redemption, comes out of a hole. Yeah, man. Hey, I love this. You hear that? I love it too. That's why I'm gonna shut it down because I want to go kick it. I want to go watch it. Joker hiding you. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure once again to spend time with all of you, every one of you that supports my channel, that watches me. Shout out to Taco Stain, Hangman Stranger, Katie Frizzle, Terps, Sooners, Ladies of Exposed Tube, and ET that put out their content. Respect all those channels. Please support. Please go watch. Please go subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your support. Machete Egyptian needs more than just advice. Out of Leonard's Hall. All right. Thank you so much once again, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the evening. I'll catch you guys later on the live with ET. And like I always say, I hope everyone is doing great. I hope everyone has an excellent evening. And until next time,